Hi there, everybody. This is DeFi Alpha, project lead at mUMAMI Finance. I'm very excited to share with you a new product that we're going to be launching later this week called the mUMAMI Autocompounder. The mUMAMI Autocompounder has the potential to be one of the most value-generating new products on Arbitrum, both in terms of capital appreciation and passive income earning potential. But before we get into the Autocompounder, let me share a little bit about mUMAMI Finance. mUMAMI is an Arbitrum native DeFi project that deploys millions of dollars in wholly owned liquidity across the Arbitrum network to support partner projects and help grow the ecosystem. It takes the value it generates from those capital deployments and passes it back to its holders through passive income denominated in ETH. mUMAMI has a sister project called ARBY Finance that runs a suite of autocompounders that surge liquidity to farms and vaults across Arbitrum and enhance yield for depositors. ARBY's is run by the same team as mUMAMI, but it has its own token, also called ARBY's, that pays out fees from the autocompounders and will soon give holders a say in ARBY Finance's governance. At the core of the mUMAMI Finance ecosystem is an innovative DeFi product that we call Marinate V2. Marinate is where the passive income comes from. Holders of mUMAMI can stake their token to Marinate to immediately begin accumulating passive income denominated in ETH from the fee and yield revenue generated by mUMAMI's DeFi products and capital deployments. mUMAMI sets aside 50% of its treasury revenue to pay out to marinators and invests the remaining half back into its treasury to grow the pie for all of its holders in the future. The current APR on marinated mUMAMI is greater than 50%, and it fluctuates based on mUMAMI's price. A critical thing to know about mUMAMI is that none of its passive income yield comes from inflationary token emissions. All of it comes from ETH. Now that we've reviewed mUMAMI a bit more, let's get back to the mUMAMI Autocompounder. Once it goes live on ARBY Finance later this week, the Autocompounder will have a multiplier effect on the mUMAMI token's passive income earning potential. It automatically compounds ETH payments into more marinated mUMAMI to boost future ETH payouts. It's also incentivized with ARBY's tokens and fees from the other ARBY's autocompounders. The autocompounder generates a yield upwards of 100% APY, all without issuing any inflationary mUMAMI emissions. So let's review how the autocompounder works. The mUMAMI autocompounder collects the nearly daily ETH payouts to marinators and automatically swaps them for more mUMAMI on mUMAMI's own Uniswap v3 LP. Depositors' extra mUMAMI gives them a bigger claim on the next round of ETH payouts. That process compounds again and again so that depositors grow their bags even bigger. Meanwhile, the ETH accumulated by mUMAMI's Uniswap LP is recycled back into the mUMAMI treasury and added to future Marinate rewards. To make things even better, the autocompounder is incentivized with ARBY's tokens that immediately begin to collect fees from ARBY's autocompounders denominated in tokens like Magic and GOM. But that's just the beginning of the real value that the mUMAMI autocompounder brings to the mUMAMI project and its holders. Let's take a look under the hood. Every time the autocompounder swaps marinators' ETH rewards for mUMAMI, it's reducing the available supply of mUMAMI and increasing buy pressure on the mUMAMI token. Remember, there are no new mUMAMI emissions for the autocompounder. I think you see where I'm going with this. Yep, the autocompounder provides steady, consistent buy pressure on the mUMAMI token. Why is this so important? Right now, mUMAMI is trading at around half of its net asset value, which is around $19 per token. mUMAMI's net asset value is a measure of each token's respective claim on mUMAMI's underlying treasury assets. In a rationally priced market, it should provide a natural floor on mUMAMI's price. mUMAMI has big ambitions on Arbitrum, and to make them happen, it needs more capital. Once the mUMAMI token's price goes back up to net asset value, mUMAMI can start raising capital through yet another exciting new product called V2 bonds. If you're familiar with projects like Olympus DAO, you probably already have a good idea of how bonds work. We offer mUMAMI at a small discount to net asset value in exchange for assets deposited right into our treasury. But we think that our bonds offer an improvement on past models. Because mUMAMI has no inflationary token emissions, it's very easy to calculate its cost of capital and make sure that any capital we raise makes our existing mUMAMI holders better off. mUMAMI plans to issue its bonds at no more than a 10% discount to net asset value, and then reinvest them at an APR of at least 45%. That means that new capital very quickly leads to higher net asset value for mUMAMI and higher ETH payouts to marinators. That's pretty cool, right? So to recap, not only does the mUMAMI Autocompounder offer incredible APY, it also supports the mUMAMI token's price and sets a flywheel going that lets us bring in more capital and boost our holders' returns even more. Meanwhile, let's not forget about the ARBY's token incentives. We are every bit as bullish on ARBY's as we are on mUMAMI. Our team is building new autocompounders every week and positioning ARBY's as a key part of the Arbitrum ecosystem. Those new autocompounders mean more fees for staking ARBY's. Plus, we're giving ARBY's holders governance over future incentives, which we think will make the token even more valuable in the future. There's one more thing I'm very excited about that I want to share. We really care about supporting Arbitrum and want to play an active role in onboarding new capital to the network. With that in mind, we've added APIs from Socket and Banksa that allow people to swap for mUMAMI from virtually any chain, or even from fiat bank accounts. Our hope is that mUMAMI will be the most user-friendly project on any new chain and draw lots of new users to Arbitrum. That was a lot to go over, I know. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to me walk you through this. People listening to this right now are getting in at the ground floor of what we believe will be a leading project on one of Ethereum's fastest growing scaling chains, Arbitrum. I do this full time, as do many others on our team, and we're always right here to answer any questions you have. Come over to our Discord and follow our Twitter. We'll walk you through step by step how to get involved with mUMAMI and make sure that you can take full advantage of everything our project and this network have to offer. Thank you for your time and look forward to working with you.